out of Nestle, and I am right here with Ryan Boyd. We are very excited to be here as part of WCAT, Wakefield Community Access Television. I got to say, what is this, the 38th?
38th annual Festival by the Lake here at Lake Quinnipiac in Wakefield, Massachusetts.
It's beautiful. It's a little hot out. Feels like 100. You said it was about 85.
I believe it's about 85.
85 degrees, but it's a great day out here. You see all sorts of vendors. You see all the artists. You see everybody working hard, having a good time. There's some slush. Might get that later.
Oh, yeah.
But I've heard somebody say something about this is the biggest one yet.
Yes. From what I understand, we have over 100 vendors here. And, people that have never been here before and some people that have been here since the very beginning. We spoke with one group here that's, I think we said this is the 38th year. They've been here for 35 of them. It's when people come here for the festival, they have a good experience. The vendors love coming here, and they want to come back year after year each time.
It's great, absolutely great. And if you come down here and you see things, there's a lot of people. You can see the Department of Public Works, the Board of Public Health, Wake Up, which we know very well. There's a lot of great people that kind of just have so much to give to Wakefield, and one in particular is the 4th of July committee. I mean, they do so much work for the 4th of July. I mean, it's a staple here in Wakefield. The parade is phenomenal if you've never seen it before. Ryan, you've worked on a lot of parades.
Yeah. The Independence Day Committee here in Wakefield is, they are one of the more dedicated groups of individuals I've ever come across. They work year-round to make sure that the parade every 4th of July is the biggest and best available. It is the biggest in Massachusetts. It is the second biggest in all of New England, and it only grows each and every year. I know that this year alone, I think they said there's going to be over 3,000 participants in the parade. It's unbelievable talking to the folks that run this thing. I know I had a chance earlier to talk to Brian Fox and Amy Braid of the Independence Day Committee, and they were dressed up pretty ridiculous.
I was going to say, I was told it was Betsy Ross and, of course, Uncle Sam himself. So I believe we're going to go to that right now.
Hi, welcome back. I'm joined now by Brian Fox and Amy Braid of the Wakefield Independence Day Committee. So I can't help but notice that this is not your normal average clothing that you wear on a daily basis. So can you explain to me what's happening here?
It's nothing more 4th of July related than Uncle Sam, so here I am.
And Betsy Ross, can't go wrong.
Yes, you can't go wrong. Okay, so what are we doing here today at the Festival by the Lake? Tell me.
We're here to promote the parade, sell some of our new t-shirt designs. Very fancy designs for 2018, so come on down and buy them.
And now tell me a little bit about the 4th of July parade. I mean, how long has it been going on for? How long have you been involved for? And I know it's an important part of what we do here in Wakefield, but tell me more about it.
Sure, this is our 73rd parade this year. It's a Wakefield tradition. We put on the largest 4th of July parade in Massachusetts, so this so happens to be right here in our tiny little town.
Okay. Amy, so I know that you've been a part of this for a while too.
Yes.
What do you enjoy about being a part of the parade team, and then about the parade itself?
Putting on the parade, it's very rewarding. It's a lot of work, but all the kids, when they're so excited seeing everybody walking down the parade route, it makes you happy, and it's pretty much why I do it.
And who is the one that is in charge of this whole committee?
We have Patrick Sullivan, our parade chairman, who disappeared for a minute, but he's around somewhere.
Okay, we'll get him later. It's fine. Well, listen, I'm sure you guys are just boiling in these outfits, so I will let you go for now, but thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
Thank you, and don't forget to support the parade this year.
You got out there and you did great.
I appreciate that.
You conducted a great interview. I would have burst out laughing because with the wigs and the hats and the absurdity of it all. But
Yeah.
you did a great job.
You should see the footage before we actually started recording. I was laughing quite a bit. It was enjoyable.
So the 4th of July is a fantastic event, as we've already talked about, but we didn't really get into who shows up, what goes on there. I've seen Batman. I've seen a lot of people from out of state in this thing, a lot of bands.
Yeah, so you're right. It's both ends of the spectrum here. You got Disney characters and all the movie characters and things show up for the little kids. You have bands from all over the country. We have bands from Canada come in. It's remarkable. And most of these high school bands or these marching bands are, they've won competitions. They are nationally recognized. They are kind of the best at what they do, and they put on one crazy show every single year. It's really remarkable. And aside from the bands, you have the fire, police, all that kind of stuff shows up. It's a lot of fun.
And a lot of other people that show up are a lot of people that are dignitaries here in town. One particular you actually got to catch up with, State Rep.
Yep.
It always flubs. State Rep Paul Brodeur, and he does a lot for Wakefield. Every time we see him, every time we're at an event, he's always there. He is a voice for everybody here, and I really enjoy the guy. So
yeah, what's really interesting, we deal with a lot of the politicians that represent Wakefield a lot. And we're very fortunate to be able to do that. And I think, in the current climate, it's easy to get down on politicians and all of that. But it's really remarkable when you look at the local level and the people who are representing us here in Wakefield. It's these people care, and they're very passionate about what they do. They care about their constituents. And I think you'll be able to tell from the interview I had with Paul Brodeur. So why don't we take a look at that now? Hello, I'm here with State Representative Paul Brodeur, and we are here at the beautiful Festival by the Lake. So, Paul, why do you like coming to the festival?
Look around, pan around here. It's a great community event. Everyone's got a smile on their face. It's like Disney World, but it's for real, right? Everyone really is happy, delighted to be here. Amazing things for everyone to do, groups to meet, new friends to make. It's just, what could be better than this?
Absolutely, I agree. And so you're obviously heavily involved with the politics happening here in Massachusetts. So is there anything happening in the state right now that us average citizens should really be paying attention to?
I think there's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's always a lot of issues, but I guess I would think a lot about, we have 3 ballot questions that there's a lot of debate around, and that's ultimately things that are going to be decided by the voters. A couple tax initiatives, some stuff around minimum wage and paid family and medical leave. That is the stuff that maybe the legislature can settle it up, but if not, it's going to the ballot, and it's big issues, big issues that affect, every man, woman, and child in the Commonwealth. Certainly the folks here in Wakefield will have a lot to say and a great opportunity to weigh in.
Now, if we wanted to find out more information on these ballot initiatives, where could we go to for that?
I would just Google it up. There's a million different places. Folks, if they're interested, can certainly call my office. I can direct them in the right way. Same thing for Rep. Wong or Senator Lewis. We're all very, very engaged in the debate around all these issues, and can point folks to some hopefully objective information, or at least resources that they can sift through and decide for themselves about what they think.
Excellent. Now, if I'm a first-timer here at the festival, what is it that I can't miss? What do I need to see while I'm here?
Well, there's so many things. I mean, so if you're new to Wakefield, I think you start with the setting. You start with the lake, right, and understand that this is a year-round resource. Some amazing things happen here. I would say there's so many civic groups here. So if you're trying to figure out how can I plug in, how can I be more active in the community, just walk around, start some conversations, stop at the library, grab a couple free books, and just get to know people. That's the best thing you can do with something like this. The great opportunity to have so many friendly people. It's it's almost like the Wakefield 101, except it's outside and it's a beautiful day. Get yourself some fried dough, some kettle corn, whatever your favorite indulgence is, and just have some fun.
Representative Brodeur, thank you very much.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
I gotta say that was a wonderful job by you again, and also Paul is just so many people. It seems like, and again, I don't know this very much, but it seems like some politicians are a little bit more accessible than others, and it just seems like, especially in Wakefield, they're very accessible. They're very easy to talk to. Great guy overall.
Absolutely.
And also, we're having this discussion obviously off camera, but we are hoping that sometime later down the road we're going to be hosting the debates.
Yes. From what I understand, we will be doing the debates for the state rep and state Senate, I believe
so, yes. If all goes well.
At the Galvin Middle School. So stay tuned for that in a few months. It's going to be a lot of fun for us, I know that. And it's always good to be able to let folks in town know what's happening and who the candidates are and get to learn about them a little bit more.
It's a lot of great stuff. And another thing that I saw today that was really caught my eye was a guy named Mark from Team MR8. He was a
Yes.
fantastic guy to talk to. He had a great booth. If you're down here, if you're watching now and you're coming later, go check him out. He is running the New York Marathon. And I've never run a marathon. I know you're a runner though.
In my own sense of it, yes, I like to go for runs.
Well, you
but-
said you run 6 miles though.
Oh yeah, I mean I can do 6 miles pretty easily, which for me is a big deal. So it's nice.
I was gonna say I can't run a mile.
But a marathoner, I am not. But I tell you, I have a good friend of mine who he trained this past year for the Boston Marathon, and he was a guy who, decent shape, but never really was a runner, and he trained all year long, and he said when he finally crossed the finish line this year, it was one of the better moments of his life to know that he had worked so hard for something and was able to accomplish it. And it's from what I understand, for folks who are able to actually do the Boston Marathon or any marathon for that matter, it's that sense of accomplishment is just huge once you finally cross that finish line.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I've talked to a lot of people. I've had friends that done it themselves. It's a definite big life accomplishment and achievement in its own right. And I got to say, when I was talking to this guy, I didn't expect to see like how passionate he was and all the cool stuff he had. Very small donations, but you get a lot of bang for your buck with those donations. Those cool buckets and everything. They had Red Sox tickets.
Yeah,
They
they
had Red
had
Sox
all kinds of raffle items.
Yeah, it was
It
great.
was really. I know he showed them to you. So
Yeah,
we'll see
yeah,
that
so
in
yeah.
a minute. But listening to him talk, it was really just nice to hear the passion in his voice for what he's doing and the cause he's doing it for, and I know personally I wish him the best of luck in the marathon, and I know he's gonna rock it. It's gonna be great.
All right, so let's go right now to words from Mark from Team MR8. Hey everybody, it's Adam Nessel here for WCAT. I'm with Mark from Team MR8. Mark, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And today, what are you doing? What is this whole cause behind us?
So I started running about a year ago, and I applied to run the New York City Marathon under Team MR8. MR8 is the Martin Richard Foundation, and it supports peace and kindness in communities, and something that I'm trying to raise my kids to be more kind and accepting of everybody. And so what we're doing here is we're raising money for that foundation, and with raffle baskets. We have some gift cards from local restaurants. We also have Red Sox tickets, a 50-50 raffle, and we're trying to raise a minimum of $3,500 for the Martin Richard Foundation, and I'm running the New York City Marathon on their behalf.
That's fantastic. Let's go through some of these right now and tell me a little bit about each of them. You said something about your daughter made one of these, correct?
My daughter made a gorilla basket, since she has a thing for stuffed animals. We have a welcome home, which was donated by a local realty company. We have a Happy Paws Club, which was donated. A Chuck Wagon gift certificate for anybody who loves breakfast. The local tea stop has given a donated basket full, a bag, shirts, and I believe there is a gift card in there as well with a hat. And we have a local artist from Wakefield who has donated a painting that they did specifically for this foundation. So, yeah, this.
I was going to say, the Red Sox tickets, I want to know about the Red Sox.
Okay, so we have 2 pairs of Red Sox tickets, and they're very, very, very good seats.
Okay.
We're raffling these off at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So they're $5 each, or 5 for 20. Stop on by, and we'll be drawing those. So 2 people are going to be very happy campers if they are Red Sox fans.
You said they were about 6th row?
One of the pairs of tickets are 6th row from the field, approximately. And so I don't hold me to the dates, but they're for a very good game, I'm sure.
Fantastic. So I got to ask you, have you run the marathon before?
I have not run a marathon before. I've run a half and a bunch of 5Ks and 10Ks, so this is going to be a challenge for me. Most importantly, I'm trying to just raise money for this foundation. The running is going to be the easy part, I think.
So what's your personal best time when you do a 5K?
My 5K, I think my personal best was 22 minutes. I did a half marathon last week. A week ago, 2 weeks ago yesterday, an hour and 51 minutes. So sub 2 hour. So if I can hit 4.5 hour marathon, I'll be all right.
Awesome. And you said minimum of
by September 15th. Anything extra that we get is just a bonus for the foundation. So, I'm not trying to set a minimum at that. The sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned.
That's fantastic, Mark. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
That was a wonderful interview there. I know.
Thank
it
you. I
was.
did a great job.
Yes,
man.
yeah. You want someone who's a good interviewer? Talk to this guy right over here.
Thank you very much.
As you can tell, I'm sure we have another person with us now. So
I tried to get somebody else.
yes,
Yeah, exactly. She tried to duck out, but
Yeah.
we got her.
So we are joined now by Colleen Getty with from the Room to Write.
That's
okay, and it's an organization here in Wakefield, and I'm gonna just let Colleen talk for a minute about what it actually is. So Colleen, what is Room to Write? Where did it come from? Why are we doing it?
The Room to Write's a nonprofit. Just got my official nonprofit status a couple of
Congrats.
weeks ago. Thank you. And it is the end goal is to have a physical space for writers to actually be able to write and illustrators to illustrate. If they don't have a home office, or if the library's closed, or they just need a specific room to concentrate. And in the process, I've sort of built this community of writers and illustrators, which has been awesome because writing's a very isolated event, which is why I'm not a big fan of being on camera right now.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in the process, I've put together some meet and greets where it's very casual. Writers locally can get together and meet each other, and it's amazing how many writers are in this town and in around this town. And illustrators, it's a great way for illustrators and writers to find each other because I have a lot of children's book writers, poets, and nonfiction, the gamut. I have a wonderful show with WCAT, as David Watts Jr. kept correcting me.
Not
I call it
WCAT.
WCAT. But
WCAT.
so wonderful.
I do love how you say you're not a fan of being on camera, but yet you have a television show
Yeah, exactly.
with us
Yeah.
and a podcast to go
Exactly.
along with it. So
that
don't
was-
believe it, folks.
She's very modest. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
But,
My hope was that it was only going to be the author.
yeah, I
Oh,
figured.
It was going to be like an
Right.
actor's studio thing,
Right.
except nobody
And we
would
said no.
pan to
Nope.
me.
No.
Nope.
But now I'm in it.
Really, because one conversation with Colleen is all it takes for you to go, you probably should be on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot my paper bag today, but
well.
or the puppets, but yeah. So I have a critique group that meets every third Thursday, and we meet at the Boys and Girls Club. I have a newspaper group for 5th grade and older kids, and we do that at the Boys and Girls Club as well on Thursdays at
amazing.
3 p.m. We just wrapped up for the year, but every first Monday of every month we publish a newspaper, and the kids, they do the interviews, they come up with the content. They've just come up with some really great and creative ideas. I did a youth meet and greet for young writers and illustrators in March, and that was a huge success, and it was wonderful. Partnered with Kit Casso and the library,
That's wonderful.
Boys and Girls Club. So it was awesome, and I'm hoping to do a lot more kids programming, and I have a bunch of typewriters
I
here.
was just about to ask you about the typewriters because I was thinking about it. You see a lot of different tents here, and you thought to bring a typewriter, which I thought was really cool. Like, what was your thought process on that? Like, just like you wanted something that like kids didn't know about? You wanted a discussional piece? What was that?
It's not just kids.
Well, no, I'm just saying that you see how many
Brian
kids.
was over there writing his next American novel.
I got to the end of the page. I don't know how to make it go back, Colleen. Just pushed it.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave him some
Dummy.
spiffy paper that looked like he was looking towards the
Yeah,
horizon.
that was
But
wonderful.
yeah, so I have typewriters, and when I was trying to get kids excited about writing at the club, I brought in an old electric typewriter I had, and they were doing something super fun that was going to mean they wanted nothing to do with somebody who wanted them to write. But I just proceeded to set up my typewriter, plug it in, started typing, and then one by one they all left the computers, and they all came over to the typewriters, and I actually have it in writing. This is way more fun than my Chromebook. This is awesome. They love the sound of it. They like the tactile nature of it. They love being able to see a letter being created right in front of them. So it is amazing. I brought 2 manual ones today, and the kids just, it's been except for lunch when they all went to eat, it's been non-stop, kids and adults, and I've had a few people come by and say, oh, I remember those, and I had a lady that graduated from Catherine Gibbs School, and she was telling me she saw really the whole curve of technology from manual to electric to computers, and I've actually been learning just as much as anybody else here, which is part of what I love about the show we do together is learning about writers. And I have a writer over there right now, children's picture book author Carol Gordon Exter. She's got a bunch of her books over there, and she's signing them and selling them, and she's just awesome. She used to be a teacher, and you can check her out on WCAT.
There you go. She was on your first episode.
She was my very first episode, and thank God for her because she's awesome. And
she was amazing. It was a lot of very fascinating.
She's great. Listening to her talk, you can just see how smart she is and how dedicated she is to her craft. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful show. It really was.
So she's over there right now until about 4. So come get your copies.
Ooh.
Of You Know What, and she's got about 3 other books over there that she's authored. So and she's just hilarious and really fun. So,
absolutely.
So just trying to get writers together and illustrators together and working my way towards a space.
Yeah, I think setting up shop here today was a great idea for you. I think so many people come to this thing. I think you're probably going to get yourself a few more writers in the group after this. So it was a smart move. A
lot of young writers. A lot of young people like to create stories, and got to do some more workshops on that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Now I know the next clip we have is unrelated to what you're talking about, but we also I know you're scot-free. Don't worry.
No.
But we went and visited a bunch of booths earlier today, and one of them was with Paws, I believe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was Paws, and we've been working with Paws. They have a lot of great cats up for adoption. They've been a partner with WCAT, and they've just been. I have a soft spot in my heart for cats. I love cats, so working with these ladies is amazing. You can see how much they care. And a lot of it's volunteer positions, so it's really a wonderful thing. So we caught up with Diane, and she's a lot of fun to talk with. So let's go to that.
Hi, I'm here with Diane from the Paws organization. Diane, can you tell me, you were trying to tell me all the titles that you hold within the Paws organization, but I just simply couldn't remember them. So can you just go through them for me?
Sure. I'm a volunteer overall because we're all volunteers, but I'm a board member. I'm an adoption counselor. I foster cats. I'm chair of the program committee, or the planning committee, actually, program planning committee we call it, and I am also the adoption center manager. And then I do miscellaneous stuff too. We're jacks of all trades, Jills of all trades.
Yeah, we've been there filming for you a few times, and you guys, it just seems like you're always busy doing something with all these cats. It's wonderful. So what is it that you're doing here at the festival today?
Well, we've been here for 35 years. Paws has been in existence for 35 years, and we've been here at the festival that long. Today, what we're doing is, in particular, we have a raffle. So because we're an all-volunteer organization and we live on donations, so we don't get money from anybody else, so we live on donations. So what we're doing today is we have a raffle, and it includes, if I can turn around, it includes a men's large Red Sox jacket, a wine and snacks basket, and a grilling basket. And so we're raising money. All of the money we raise goes towards helping our animals. And we're a foster network for cats. We take in cats that are surrendered, abandoned, strays. We just had, a week ago, we had a litter of kittens born in one of our foster homes. 7 kittens. They're very cute, and they're all doing really well. So that's what we do, is we try to raise money. We're here, and we also promote awareness of animals. Any animals. We get a lot of calls for, birds falling out of nests, of, baby squirrels, that sort of thing. And we have resources that we can send them to, wildlife resources. We partner with VCA Wakefield if we have to send people there, if they have, issues, veterinary issues for their cats or dogs. We love dogs. We have a lot of our volunteers also have dogs. So we have resources to send people to various places if they have questions about dogs too.
It's incredible work. It really is. I mean, we've seen what you guys do firsthand, and it's really just, you're doing something really great for the cats in the community in the area and the ones that that need it the most. So it's wonderful.
Thank you.
So you've been here for 35 years, you said, what is it about this festival that brings everybody out, do you think?
You know, you can feel it, the energy of people here. We've had some wonderful conversations with people. We've actually had several people come up who are adopted cats from us, and they love talking about them, and we love hearing it. So there's a lot of energy here. The other thing is there's a wonderful variety of vendors. The other thing I noticed this morning is how well organized it is. So I know they've been doing this a while, but boy, they got it down pat. I'll tell you, they really do. It was no problem finding where our spot was, getting set up. So it's just a great community event to be at, and we always want to be here.
Diane, thank you so much, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be back soon. Okay, and we're back. So I'll tell you, those people are they really are amazing.
They
I
are?
gotta say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're here with a very special member of WCAT, Virginia Bry.
Wait. You did that on purpose.
I did.
Virginia Bree.
Virginia Bree. I just had to. We were asking.
Recent graduate of Wakefield Memorial High School. So first and foremost, congratulations, Virginia. You made it
Thank
through.
you.
It's
Thanks.
wonderful, wonderful. So, can you tell us a little bit about what your future plans are now that you've graduated?
Well, this fall I'm going to go to LaSalle College, and I'm going to study communications with a concentration in sports communications and radio and video production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know that's not news to us. We've known that for
Yeah.
a while. But why do you want to do that? What is it? What is your end goal? What's your dream?
I want to be a sports broadcaster for specifically baseball, hopefully the Red Sox. Definitely, yeah.
Definitely the Red Sox.
Yeah, definitely the Red Sox.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, it's an amazing dream to have. It really is. I've never told you this. I have a guy I went to college with who he lives in Washington D.C. now. He was the announcer for their AAA team,
Oh, that's
the
cool.
Potomac Nationals. He's since taken another job within the organization, not doing broadcasting anymore, but he was doing it, and he loved every minute of it, and it was awesome. So I mean, you know, work hard at it, and you can work your way up into it. There's literally no reason why you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. So just keep the dream alive.
Cool, thanks.
And a special reminder that Virginia was, not only is she always behind the camera with us, but this past year, she was commentating on the football game. She did a wonderful job. Did a great job, and you knew the students, and that was the best part. I think you gave a little bit of insight.
Yeah, there were a lot of seniors, so there was, I think, 24 of them on the football team, and, you know, they were in my grade, so I knew most of them. Some of them I had classes with, so I knew, like, what was going on with some of them, and the head coach was the math teacher, so I was able to meet with him and get more information, too, during some of my feedblocks. So
That's
that
great.
was really helpful.
We were really happy you did it, and it was nice to see somebody step up and do it. You
Yeah,
did a
I
great
had a lot of
job.
fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seemed like you even took a shot at me when I was doing
Yeah.
camera because I was too cold.
Yeah.
I remember that because
Like your winter
I had a Parker on because it was cold out, and you guys are.
And I was eating ice cream.
You were eating ice cream, and you was it Dave? Is Dave the
Dave was the
yeah.
other one. Yep.
You and Dave are giving me a hard time, but it's cold up there, especially if you're standing still doing cameras.
There was
so.
one game that it was raining the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Everyone's
It was
smoked out
ridiculous.
where it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all over the
but
place.
you knocked it out of
Yeah.
the park. You did a great job. And I know, and Dave. I mean, Dave, does this semi-professionally. I mean, he does it for hockey mostly, but he's really good at it. I mean, remember he came to us separately and just said, you know, the kid aced it. She did great. So it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
And also trying to remind people at home, if you are watching this or if you're seeing this at some point and you are interested in being on camera or you want to do some sports commentary or anything like that, come on down to the station. We're always looking for extra people. I mean, Virginia's a prime example of how it works. It's unbelievable. I'm sure you can speak to it, but I mean, we try to make a family atmosphere here, and we rely on each other to get the stuff done. So
Yep.
I'm very proud of her. She did a really good job.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So I've been here since, I think, going into my
Junior, I
junior
think,
year, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, so that would have been 2000.
2 years ago,
2
whatever
years
that
ago, yeah,
was.
whatever that was. 2016 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we joke that we're never going to get rid of you, obviously, because you always come back. But
Yeah.
like, you've been such a vital part of what we do.
Yep.
Has there been a particular thing that stands out to you, whether it was a particular production that we did, or anything that you can remember that was like maybe your favorite thing that we've done so far?
I'm not really sure. I just kind of. I mean, I definitely like doing the color commentary for the football games because that's kind of what I want to do. Well, for baseball, but I was able to like see what it was like to actually like call a game live while it's going on, and that was really cool. But I think just like getting like the experience and just like being able to, I feel like being more involved in the town. Not that I wasn't already, but like just being able to go to like a lot more places and like meet so many more people that I might have not have met otherwise, and like just it's been really cool to like just see how the town works with like even helping filming like the school committee and town council meetings. Like since I started, I was able to vote this year for the first time, so I was being able to be there, I actually knew what was going on. Whether if I wasn't filming or wasn't helping, I probably would have gone into voting, just had no idea what was going on, so that helped me know what I was actually voting on. So that was good.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a town council right there waving to you.
Town councilor Dombrowski.
Dombrowski walking by. It's unbelievable. Everybody's here. No, but you know that you're like a walking PSA though, because like it's true. Like you got to know a lot of different things. You had a lot of great experiences. So really happy for you.
Thanks.
Really happy for you.
And that's, I mean, to kind of plug what we do, but that's the idea behind the existence of community access television, is to be there for the community, whether you're students or not students, or you're a bit older. For anybody who wants to learn what to do, if you're interested in editing or filming or directing or whatever.
I edited something too when I first started. I edited like a meet the staff thing.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. So it's and like that. That's why these exist in all the towns around us across the country, and that's why we exist too, because we're here to help teach folks. So I mean, just don't ever be shy. No one should be shy about coming down and letting us know if they're interested.
They're not scary, trust me. They'll probably make you laugh before they scare you.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. We are now joined here with Sam Hammer, candidate for Massachusetts State Senate, and her wonderful daughter, Kennedy. So
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for talking with us. This is wonderful. So if you just do us a favor, introduce yourself a little bit, tell us a
Sure.
little bit about yourself, and why is it that you're running for the state senate?
Sure. So my name is Sam Hammer, and I'm running for Massachusetts State Senate in the 5th Middlesex District, which includes Wakefield. And I'm running because I really believe Beacon Hill needs some new voices to get us the progress we deserve. I've been in public service most of my career. I was a Boston Public High School teacher. I worked at the City of Boston in economic development and business development. And then I had twins. This is one of them here. And happily, it cost me to go back to work. So I ended up leaving that job, but going back into state service in digital transformation and IT. And then we just left the Treasury a little bit ago in economic empowerment, women's closing the gender wage gap, college savings accounts for kindergartners in the Worcester Public School System, making sure veterans and service members got the bonuses that they deserve from the state. And I left that job to do this crazy thing not that long ago. But I think we need some progress on Beacon Hill. Happy to bring it.
Fantastic. Congratulations on all. I mean,
Thanks.
that's a remarkable resume, I'll tell you. We've talked about actually already on this program some of our local politicians, and just the sense that we get from them is that how much people care about the people here.
Right.
Their constituents, the people of Wakefield and the surrounding community. I mean, it sounds like you're kind of on that same path. I mean, you're looking to help out the folks here that maybe are struggling a little bit, or that just want their voice to be heard.
Right. So we live in one of the wealthiest states in the wealthiest nation in the world, and yet every year it seems like our working families are getting squeezed harder and harder and are starting to suffocate between the cost of student loan debt and the cost of housing in this area, the cost of child care, which I've already mentioned before, and senior care as well. Working families are just struggling more and more to get by, and I don't think that people on Beacon Hill have the same sense of urgency that you or I do when they work session to session, which is every 2 years, and we're kind of living paycheck to paycheck. So I'm here I want to bring our voice to right to the table and make sure that they know what we're struggling with and what we're going through back at home.
Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate you talking with us for a little bit. It's it's a wonderful opportunity to. I feel like everyone should have the opportunity to speak their voice on the issues that they feel are the most important to them in their family and their community. So it seems like you're doing that, and I wish you the best of luck. Certainly.
Great, thank you so much.
Certainly.
I appreciate your time.
Kennedy, do you have anything to say, Kennedy?
Vote for mommy. You were so good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I know we talked a little bit earlier to some of our local town council.
Absolutely.
I know Mayreen Butt and
Julie Smith-Galvin.
Julie Smith-Galvin.
Yep.
So I think we can go to that clip now. Okay, we're back here now, and with me I have Mayreen Butt and Julie Smith-Galvin, town councilors of Wakefield. And they wanted to join me today to talk about the Festival by the Lake and what we're doing here in town. So, please, either one of you can jump in. Why are you here today? What is the point of coming down to the Festival by the Lake?
Well, who wouldn't want to be here on a beautiful summer or near summer day? It's a great day. Lots of our nonprofits and a lot of arts and crafts vendors. It is just a great day to see everybody from town and all in one place.
Yes, it's probably one of my favorite days in Wakefield. We have a great turnout. People from all over are coming. Great food, great vendors, great information. I'm going home with a couple of pieces of jewelry, some books from Friends of the Beeb and their book donation station that they had. What else did I get?
I don't know. I bought some pottery. Nice birthday present for my mother. Picked up a recycled bag from the DPW, which we'll get a lot of use here in town with.
Absolutely.
Talked to the Human Rights Commission, talked to Wave and Wake Up. You know, a lot of really interesting people doing great things that they're showcasing here.
I can tell you, there's a woman over there who is she'll paint your house. Or if you give her a picture of your house, she'll then paint it for you, and they're gorgeous paintings. So I took a card because it's something I'm probably gonna want to do at some point. It's just the talent here of the vendors, whether they're making soap or they're doing art or just some sort of craft, is incredible. And every year I feel like it just gets better and better.
So there's 3 vendors doing henna. So come on down and get some henna done this year or next year and future years. And then one of the coolest vendors we saw was actually a woman from Bellingham, Massachusetts, so pretty far away, and she takes books and makes them into purses. So as readers, people that support the library, that was a really cool vendor that we saw here.
Yeah, I think my favorite was somebody who's upcycling jeans and clothes and taking things that would turn into rags and turning them into bags and other really great things. So really a lot of uniqueness.
Absolutely. And now I know the two of you are very passionate about being green, so recycling and making sure that we're doing the right thing for our earth and for the environment. What sort of initiatives are you a part of in town, and what would you like to see happen going forward in Wakefield to make sure that Wakefield is, kind of at the front of that fight?
Do you want to talk about the rain barrels, Julie?
Yeah, I was just going to start with the rain barrels. We just had a great rain barrel initiative here, sponsored by the DPW. 335 rain barrels were distributed or sold at a discount to people throughout Wakefield. I have 2. They are full with last week's rain. I'm watering my plants with them. It's a huge success. And so I think there's a lot of initiatives like that that we can be doing. Did you want to add on anything?
Yeah, we noticed walking around that there's some recycling bins here, so we're really excited that the DPW put out some recycling bins for people to recycle as they're enjoying the festival. And I actually just saw some people on bikes, and I think from an environmental point of view, I'm really excited that within a year and a half we will have our rail to trail in Wakefield, and Wakefield will be more biker friendly, and we'll see more people biking around. And if you are a biker and you need a helmet, the Department of the Board of Health is selling bike helmets for $15. So come on by and get a bike helmet.
And I'm just going to add one thing, because I have to say I'm really happy to see that there's not a lot of reusable water bottles here. People are using reusable water bottles, not the disposable water bottles. So I think that we're kind of getting to a level of awareness here in Wakefield that they realize, especially as recycling is going to get tougher and tougher kind of in the current recycling market. So I think there's a lot of great things like that happening.
Excellent. Well, counselors, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day here at the festival.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back soon.
we're back, and that was a great interview that we had with, or at least you did, with Julie Smith-Galvin and Maureen Butt. So.
Oh, those two are great.
Yeah, they are.
I'll tell you,
Fantastic.
They are getting things done. That's for sure.
So we're about to wrap up here, but we wanted to make sure everybody at home knew about Movies by the Lake, and I'd kind of be, I wouldn't give you the service, but Ryan came up with the Movies by the Lake with a couple of people.
I mean, long story short,
Yeah.
I used to live in Washington, D.C., where they did this all the time, all over the city.
Right.
So my wife and I would go to these movies on the lawn all the time, and it was awesome. So, this is our 4th year doing it now, right?
Right.
So 4 years ago, I kind of thought why aren't we doing this thing here? We should be doing it locally. I know they have it in Boston. You go to the Esplanade, the Hatch Shell there. They do it there throughout the summer. So various towns do this kind of thing. But I figured, why isn't Wakefield? We got a perfect spot for it here, right by the lake.
Yep.
And so we ran it by at the time the selectmen and to make sure everything was going to be good. A lot more goes into it than you'd think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not just showing a movie. You gotta go through the proper channels. You have to get the rights to do it. You got to pay for it. It actually costs a lot of money. And what's great is that it's all funded by donors or sponsors for these movies. So generously every summer, sponsors through town step up. They pay them the money for the rights to the movie, for the screen that we have to rent for it, for all the stuff that goes on during the movies. And we try to give them proper recognition during the event and things like that. We have a pretty good lineup this year.
I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, we definitely went and you did a poll, I think. There were a lot of different ones. The one that won a landslide victory is the one that I'm looking forward to the most on July 26th is Jaws. But let's go in order.
Yep.
We got Men in Black a couple weeks from now. And by the way, it's here at the lake. At nightfall?
Nightfall. So it has to be dark
Ish.
enough for the projector to be able to show up on the screen. So we say nightfall because there's no exact time for it. So when it gets dark enough, be here.
So the first one we have is June 28th, Men in Black, a classic. Makes me tear up a little bit. Next is Moana. I've never seen Moana.
Well, it's the greatest movie, so you're gonna
I've never
enjoy
seen
it.
Moana.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Virginia's telling me it's good too,
It's
so
wonderful.
I can only imagine. I can't wait. I mean, I'm a big fan of The Rock.
Strong female lead.
Big fan
I
of
will
The
have to
Rock.
say that. Strong
So.
female lead.
Well, that's good. And as we talked about, July 26th is Jaws. August 9th, E.T. will phone home right here in Wakefield, which will be a lot of fun. And we end it on August 23rd with Wonder Woman, which I haven't seen Wonder Woman either, but everybody that's seen it tells me it's fan-freaking-tastic.
Yes, I've heard that it is a great addition to the Marvel Universe and the movies that they've come out with recently. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good lineup. And these were all voted on by folks in town. We put out a huge poll. I think we had over 1,000 responses to it. And these were the ones that folks wanted to see. So,
it's a lot of fun.
Let it be known your voice is heard. We want to make sure we're showing movies that you actually want to see. Yeah. So that's the ultimate goal here. So come on down for them. The movies are free for the town or people around town to come see. And we should just suggest maybe bring some food, a blanket, or some chairs to enjoy it with. And the rest is on us.
It's a lot of fun. It's honestly, it's a whole night. It's like really a nice little place to just have either a date night or bring the kids. It's really just seeing the hundreds of people that come out for it is just because last year was my first year and I really enjoyed it. I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. So definitely check that out. And before we wrap up, we want to tell everybody, WCAT is a very, very, very hard-working staff. We do everything together. Ian's in the booth. Barbara's over there with Virginia. Everybody's working very hard. I'm very proud to be part of the staff. And if you guys want to be a part of WCAT, please come down to 24 Hemlock Road, right behind the high school. Come on down. Membership is $50 for a year.
Yep.
It's a bargain.
Yeah.
I mean, we give you so much. Yeah. It's just.
You can have your own show. You can learn to edit. You can learn to film things, to direct things. Have your own podcast. Really, it's just if you ever kind of thought, boy, I wish I had done this, or I wish I could do this if it comes to some type of media or like having a show. I mean, you can, and you can do it for dirt cheap, really. So I mean, that's the whole reason why we are here, is to help the community and to help train you, to help teach you what to do, so you can have your own program if you want to.
Couldn't say it better myself. So I don't think there's anything else left to
that's
say.
it.
I think you kind of wrapped it up. So
I will just say, I mean, I never talk live on TV.
No, I
so
know,
it's
I get it.
Terrifying for me, but I think you did an all right
you did a
job.
good
It was
job.
good.
You did good. You did good.
I
We
enjoyed
threw
it,
in the
so.
deep end, and you did perfectly fine.
Yeah,
so you're absolutely. So
until next time.
Until next time, we are going to leave you with the sights and sounds of the festival by the lake. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye.